Welcome to Beers and Beards with Matt.
Another edition of Beers and Beards with Matt, kind of a long-awaited edition of Beers and Beards with Matt. I haven't done a beer review, in probably a few weeks. Just haven't really had the time to do it. Been busy with a lot of other stuff, so just felt it was time to do another beer review. You know, I always tell myself, and I tell the people whenever I do the reviews, I'm going to try and be a little more on top of doing beer reviews, but I never really get around to it. So this is one of those times when I'm gonna do a beer review for you guys. So now today's beer, this is I haven't done a review of this beer, but they're pretty readily available where I'm located and everything like that. This is a St. Bernardus beer. This is a ABT 12, which is an Abbey Ale, 10% alcohol by volume. This one in particular. Okay, of course, this brewery was founded in Florida. Florida, what am I talking about? West Flanders in Belgium in 1946. So when you think about Abbey Ales and Abbey, Monk's Brewing Beer, this is probably one of the newer breweries in terms of Belgian brewing and everything like that. Of course, this is a living ale. This can be stored up to 15 years. And I'm drinking, I've had this for about 5 months, so I'm not waiting for 15 years or anything like that, but I'll buy another one because they're readily available. Maybe I'll store it for 15 years, and who knows, if Beers and Beards are around in 15 years, who knows, maybe we'll be doing a 15-year review of the St. Bernardus ABT 12, so off it goes. That was a lot better than last time I had a beer that I had to pop the cork on. Now, I believe this beer in particular, this is a quadruple, I believe. It's either a triple or a quadruple. And today I'm drinking out of my tulip, since it seems appropriate that I would drink out of the tulip for this particular beer. I'm not going to drink it all. I'm going to drink part of it, because it is this is a big beer. This is a, 25 ounce beer, so it's a hell of a big beer. There's a lot of good stuff on the back of this bottle, if you choose to read it and everything like that. I think the main reason I was really going to... This kind of turned into a beer review. I wasn't even going to review this beer right now. But I wanted a video of me opening up a cork in a good way. And I did it, so I'm trying to work on another montage for another beer opening. Because I think it's almost probably time to do another... a new opening, because I'm still working with the Texas material in the current opening, as you saw in the beginning of this video, of course. So it's probably time for a new opening pretty soon. And this beer's taken a hell of a long time to the head to go down and everything like that. So when it's a little more easy to drink, as you can see, crap ton of head on this thing. I'll be back in a minute when... Okay, and I am back now. Beer finally got the head kind of down there, so just enough. And I was looking at the bottle more and more, and just to make sure I was on the right track, I did say this was a quadruple. I think I may have said a triple, but it is a quadruple, so I don't sound like a complete idiot trying to make sense of a beer I may not understand, but I do. And a few other things, this beer is actually imported into West Palm Beach or West Palm Beach Gardens, which is kind of Palm Beach Gardens in Florida. That's where the beer is imported from. From Watu, Belgium, is where the beer comes from, of course. And I'm not so familiar with these St. Bernardus. I know that you can look at the cork sometimes. You can look at the bottle, see how old the beer is, or when it was actually brewed, or when it was actually bottled. So if anybody has information on that, to let me know maybe how old the beer is, that would be helpful too. So without further ado, it smells like a traditional Belgian, strong kind of alcohol prevalence, but some nice sweet sweet tones to it. So no further ado, let's have a drink. Definitely taste the alcohol in this guy, and it's not that it's a bad beer. It's just it hits you a little bit. It definitely warms the chests a little bit too. This does come in at 10% alcohol, so you know where that alcohol is coming from, and you got a lot of dark fruits, a lot of kind of like a date, raisins, plums, even a little sourness, like a zest, like a lemon, like an orange zest, or something along those lines. And it is a big beer. It's not bad. I mean, I don't really drink a lot of quadruples or anything. I've never really gotten into the whole Belgian craze of drinking beers. I mean, you've seen me do reviews of there's some Flanders style ales, which of course are Belgian style, but that's kind of more my speed. Not the fact that it's just a lower alcohol beer, but it just tastes good. I mean, I like the sour, kind of like sour fruits and cherries and cranberries and stuff like that. So that's more my speed. And I will show you this because I did pick this up today. Don't go away. Yeah, there it is. This is something I bought one and I'm gonna be storing another one, but I'll be doing a review of this pretty soon. Now this is from the brewery. Not to take away from this beer or anything like that, but I haven't done a review, so I'm just kind of talking here a little bit too. From the brewery in Orange County, California. This is the collaboration they did with the Cigar City Brewery, and this is their Marron Acidifie. Now this is this beer that I will be reviewing later is a sour brown ale, which I can't wait to taste, and I'm very excited about it. And this is the first collaboration that the brewery's done with any other brewery. And it's awesome that they picked Cigar City as the one to do a collaboration with. It makes me proud in Florida for the beer down here. And hopefully more breweries will want to do collaborations with Cigar City and we'll reap the benefits down here in Florida, which is always a nice thing. So look out for that too. And this was expensive. This was $19 from my beer store that I bought it at. So it ain't a cheap beer. I don't know how much you're distributing that beer or anything like that, but it's pricey. It's a $7.50, but at the same time, $19, that has to be one of the highest prices I've ever paid for a beer. And it might bode well because usually higher priced beers, maybe people want. So if you're looking for this beer and you can't get it, let me know and maybe we can work something out. I'll, try to pick up as many as I can and we'll work out a deal. But back to St. Bernardus. I know what I'm saying. I think it's St. Bernardus is correct. It warms a little bit. I mean, I'm drinking this pretty damn cold. I put it in the freezer for a little bit and then I put it in the refrigerator to kind of bring it back up to temp. But I'm probably drinking this under the temperature a little bit. It's probably about 46 degrees, and this calls for about 50 to 56 degrees. So it's a little colder than it should, but I like colder beer. I don't like that whole, drinking it room temp, a little under room temp. So I like a cold beer. And perhaps that's a problem because maybe I'm not getting all the nuances of the beer. I think I'm getting them pretty well. It's a good quadruple. If I had to compare it to another quadruple, they got a little like a sourness on the back, which is nice. It would probably be the Reverend, which is another quadruple that's from Abbey Brewery in Colorado. And this one definitely has a lot more fruit content to it, a lot more darker fruit to it. And the Reverend is a little bit more smooth, I think. It's not hitting you with as much. I think it's a maltier quadruple, where this is perhaps earthier, maybe a little bit hoppier quadruple. It's still quite good. I mean, it's got some nice lacing into it. I mean, the head stays around for quite a while. It's a nice creamy head on top of it. And another thing that's interesting in my beer store, I just saw that they're, I see the cream ale. It's the Genesis, or I think that's how it's pronounced. It's with a G. It's a green. It says cream ale. It's the first time I ever saw it in my beer store, and it comes in like a 12-pack, so I might be picking up that picking that up pretty soon, because that's something I've never seen down here in Florida. It's the first time I've seen Genesee's beer down here, and I believe it's from New York. Or Genesee, I don't know how to pronounce it really. So, beer's actually warming up quite well, and it's getting a little bit of a maltier character. Just gotta warm up. My palate's not accustomed to the Belgian Abbey style quadruples or anything like that. I just don't drink them a lot. So it is quite good. It's a very highly rated beer on Beer Advocate. This gets an A all the way across. There's not really anybody on Beer Advocate that doesn't say this is good. I didn't go to Rate Beer, so I don't know what Rate Beer said about it. But Beer Advocate is usually my go-to, and people like it. So I'm gonna enjoy this because it's high alcohol, and you know I don't want to drink it so quick and in short a time. So I will give this beer, for being the style and me not being too comfortable with it, but I still liked it a lot. It has a lot of character. Two thumbs up. It's not a bad beer. It's actually quite good. And for the price, I believe it's only like $8. You can pick it up for $8 or $9. $9 at the most, I think. So it's definitely worth picking up. It's definitely worth drinking if you can get your hands on it. I think this is pretty widely distributed across the country, so it's not too hard of a beer to get a hold of. So that's about it. 2 thumbs up for the St. Bernardus Abt 12. Sorry. That brings me to another thing. I got a comment from another viewer. It says I should compile all my belch videos together. I'll try. I don't know if I have enough belches in my in my reviews to warrant a type of putting all the videos together and making a collaboration video. But hey, I'll go through them. I have quite a few reviews. I'm sure I got reviews from way back that I don't even look at anymore that have had some good burps. So we'll see what happens. That's Steven Dickerman. So shout out to him. He's a pretty loyal and good viewer of mine. He's friends with Jay and a few other people too. He's a good viewer out there. He hasn't done reviews yet, but he's still a really good viewer. So thanks for the support. And that's about it. St. Bernardus Abt 12. Pick it up. Said it's a good example of a quadruple style. It's a little bit much for me, but I think it's just me that I'm not ready for that type of beer. But it's good, so try it out. This is Beers and Beards with Matt, and I will see you guys later, so take it easy.